Speak.
He's talking to you, Karinna.
Oh, sorry.
Come on, we're doing a sound check. You have to do the Mama made me mash my M&Ms.
What was that just in? That was just in something.
Was somebody doing a vocal lesson?
Yeah.
I had to do that for vocal lessons. Mama made me mash my M&Ms.
I had never heard that before until yesterday.
I didn't hear it until that
I've
lesson,
never heard
and
that.
I've never heard it since.
I've never heard that. But I also don't take music lessons, so.
I think it sounds fine. Or the levels are good.
Are we getting her clink?
Clinky
You
clink?
clinking too hard?
She can clink if she wants to clink.
Clink.
Everybody
too much.
knows we're
Too much
drinking beers.
Spiking.
Oh, look at my laugh. That's weird.
I like that John's still rolling with laughter by watching the sound bit of his laughter.
I think this should be fun. You want to test it? You want to hear it?
Sure.
1, 2, 3, 4. I just have to talk like this.
Do we start? Are we starting?
Welcome to One Foot on the Ground.
This is Ashley.
And this is Johnny.
And
Karinna.
Hi, I'm Karinna.
our special guest this week.
Yeah, Karinna is our resident Cloverfield expert.
That's a lot of pressure.
And today we're watching Cloverfield from 2008. It is
I haven't seen this in a long time, so I'm probably going to be just like the Scream, where I'm like watching the movie. I'm like,
yeah. Well, the first one
I don't remember that happening at the opening.
It's a found footage
Well, I knew
story.
that.
Yeah.
But I didn't know it had like all the government property and and all the countdown was on there too.
Mm-hmm. And it marks it as like
And things were blacked out too.
as evidence. Yeah.
Okay.
Like it's like evidence that you're reading.
Do we do spoilers?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah. We're fine with
okay.
spoilers because we're just
Okay.
gonna talk over the whole movie.
Okay.
And kids at home, if you haven't seen the movie, fucking watch the movie first.
Yeah.
So this is all footage from like what, the day before or the day
No.
April 27th.
April, I think, is a month or two before before the found footage stuff.
The
So this is his.
Well, this is the
I
found
forget
footage,
his name.
but it's like, but that's what I'm saying. Like he taped over it,
Right.
this footage with the thing,
Right.
and in the background, at the beginning of this, you see, or no, what do you see it at the end?
You see it at the end.
So okay, because it happens when they're like on Coney Island
debris,
or something.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. So what it is in April, the main character Jason, Justin, Lance, who knows?
I don't have any
I'm
idea.
terrible with names. I literally just watched this like a week ago. Already forgot their
Same.
names.
I'm bad with names in general. I really don't care.
Him and
The blonde person or the dark-haired person
she's
or
not.
whatever.
She's not blonde.
But that's how I identify with people. Like
Oh.
Game of did his penis just fall out?
Yes.
Did it really?
You
No.
don't
Did I
see
miss it?
Yeah.
Oh man, that's rude.
I know.
Oh, was he trying to check and see if it fell out for the camera?
Yeah. Yeah.
I
I
would do
think,
the
I
same
think it was
thing.
like whoopsies.
I'd be like,
But yeah,
oops.
it goes from April to May, where they're
Oh.
recording his surprise going away party. So I
Right.
don't think
And that's
that
when all the
he
Cloverfield
forfeited
shit
this
happened.
tape.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's about a month difference.
Yeah.
Okay, so should we talk about? First of all, I mean, we have obviously there's nerdy stuff to talk about, but
A lot.
there's also camera technique to
Mm-hmm.
talk about for this, because this was seriously impressive when it came out. Because it was a found footage, it was a handheld camera, and they had these ridiculous special effects in it that were
Right.
like, what? Because
Yeah.
it looks freaking real.
Yeah. I think before this, the biggest, obviously, Blair Witch.
But there
And
wasn't
everybody
any
hated
like.
that. Because
I
it
didn't
wasn't
like
as
that.
well done, I think, as this. But this is also years later.
Well, I think people also hated being lied to with the Blair Witch.
Right, because
Yeah,
they made it seem
they
like,
made
oh,
it
this
seem
is
like-
real, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, this one was clearly like, well,
Right.
the Statue of Liberty's head didn't really fly through the
Right.
city on
Yeah.
May, whatever, 22nd.
Right.
So we all know that it didn't, you know what I mean? But that's what I'm saying, like, the special effects were so freaking cool
Yeah.
that it was like, and it was a found footage, so it was one continuous tape kind of looking thing. So it was like, dude, like, this is cool.
I'm pretty sure a lot of the footage being recorded was by TJ Miller, who plays the cameraman.
Right.
Or somebody in, like, his pants.
Right. Somebody just behind him.
But I'm pretty sure, like, a lot of it was TJ Miller recording.
Look it up.
Like the actor?
That
that's
guy
TJ
right
Miller
there.
right there.
Oh, that guy right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. From the Emoji Movie. Is that current enough for you?
Oh, really? Wow.
Happy endings.
I haven't
Oh,
seen
yeah,
that.
he what?
Sure Shao.
He played Sure Shao.
That's such a good show.
Oh, is that a show?
Yeah.
Happy Endings is a
Wasn't
show.
it a movie?
Woody Allen did a movie
Oh.
called Happy Endings, right? Yeah.
Woody Allen?
I think so.
Is that the one where the kid masturbated on the staircase or whatever and there was sperm everywhere?
That's the snow. That's the squid and the whale.
No.
That
that's not
kid
what I'm thinking
masturbated
of.
in the library and wiped it on.
No. It was like on the railing
Gross.
of a porch. And I honestly,
How dare you? You name an ejaculate movie?
I never even saw this movie. I've just heard of it because a coworker when I worked at some place told me about it, and I was like, "Well, I've got to see this movie," but then I never did. And look, I can cheat.
I love the juice from.
Go ahead.
The Juice?
No, what's
Did you
the
say the Juice?
show?
Oh, I don't have the Wi-Fi.
Sons of Anarchy. Juice from Sons of Anarchy just makes a cameo in the footage.
I never watched that show. I'll
Well,
tell you that right now.
I forgot to set up the Wi-Fi,
That is so funny.
so we're not going to do all that on the air. So I can't look things up like I wanted to.
I will say that we worked at the movie theater when this movie came out,
Mm-hmm.
and the marketing and trailer for this movie was so good. Like, you never saw what the monster was. You never knew what was going on with the trailer. It was so minimal, and I loved that.
Well, I like that kind of thing too.
I hate when they give you the whole story in the trailer. It drives
Like
me
a
crazy.
synopsis kind of trailer.
Yeah.
I hate that.
Well,
Like,
that's,
for the teaser trailer was just the date. Like, they didn't
that's
do
how
anything.
that's how they got you though.
Mhm.
That's how they got you to the website.
Yeah.
And they
Oh.
yeah, because they did. It wasn't like Cloverfield 11808.com. It was just 11808.com.
Yeah.
And so you didn't see the monster or anything like that, and so you're like, what is this movie? And you went,
Yeah.
and then you were like, it linked you to the MySpace pages, right?
I
or
think
the
so.
Tagarado website. Both? I
It's
can't
been-
remember one. Yeah.
It's been years and the websites aren't up right now.
Yeah.
So.
Also, they shut down the websites, John. So
In
this
between
is-
movies.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can't like go back and
Which,
like.
you think Bad Robot don't got that money for those domains? Like, come on. Just leave it up.
They're just. I think they're just like making it. They make it that much stronger. The
Yeah.
ARG.
Well, yeah, I think, yeah, that makes it. But, it's interesting because if they're really nerdy, because look, okay, I'm a Prince nerd. So all the Prince websites that have ever existed have been saved onto something else by nerds.
I know.
So you can actually go to the old websites and look at everything like you would be able to back in the day because somebody nerdily copied it and put it on there. Like, isn't that weird? It's weird to say.
I am very disappointed in the nerds for not archiving.
That's what I'm
the-
saying. Like,
Yeah.
I'm
the
surprised that
websites.
it hasn't happened.
Or if
in
they
some
have,
way.
I have not
haven't
been
seen
able
it,
to find
yeah.
it. Yeah.
I mean, of course, Prince nerds are going to share that because they want to impress all the other Prince nerds with their Prince nerdiness.
Oh yeah.
We're all fighting for the nerdiest Prince fan, which would be me. No, I'm just kidding.
You have all the websites.
I'm kidding. I don't. I really don't. I know how to get to them. I just don't know. I don't have them. That's like I always say, like, I'm not the nerdiest Prince nerd because somebody else designed the website that I go to all the time to look things up. So I'm like, well,
Right.
that person would be the nerdiest Prince nerd.
He got you beat. Or she. Women can be anything
I
these
think-
days.
True. But I do think it's run by men. But
That was a Kimmy Schmidt.
I love her, by the way.
Yeah, DJ Miller and Mike Vogel, who plays the guy
Mike.
operating the camera
So they had
for the
fake
Coney Island.
MySpace pages.
They were both cameramen.
They made
were both the
MySpace
cameramen
pages
the
for
whole
all the
thing.
main characters.
Okay.
Because this 2008 when this came out.
Yeah, so Facebook wasn't a thing yet.
Yeah.
So each character had a MySpace page.
And
as
they were
well as, like-
interactive too. Like they would
Yeah.
talk and comment and stuff.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so if you followed through with everything, you would find one girl's page who is in the party, but she's not like a main character in the movie. Like you would find like little nonsense pages like that, but she's talking to like she's sending video messages, right, to her boyfriend.
To her boyfriend who works on an oil rig that Tagaratu owns, and Tagaratu is this big company that he's going to work for.
Well, he's working for Slusho, which is a subsidiary, of Tagaratu.
Gosh, this is nerdy. Look at that little phone.
I know. It's so funny.
Isn't it creepy how, even watching, because I go back and watch Sex and the City all the time, or even Friends.
All the time?
Yeah, I do. I rewatch those. And you watch the technology. It's creepy. Like when Chandler gets the first like laptop computer thing. And it's like, what the hell is that crap? Like it's like this brick that opens up and has this tiny little screen. And then they were so excited because they printed that list of the cons and pros of Rachel that got him in trouble and they broke up. Well, Ross and Rachel.
I've never seen Friends like that.
Oh no!
Like I've seen episodes, but I wouldn't be able to like
to pick out
I'm
episodes like that.
See, like you are with these. I'm Friends. I retain a lot of stuff from those though, for some reason. Don't know why. I can't with anything else, but I know their names.
Well, everyone knows the names of Friends. I'm sure Karinna could probably pick them out and she didn't watch it like that.
What are they?
Are we gonna quiz me?
Yeah.
It's Rachel, Ross, Phoebe, Monica, Chandler, Joey. Am I missing anything?
No. What are the last
Who
names?
is the guy? Who is the waiter at
who's the
Central
waiter?
Park?
Yeah.
Isn't that Rachel? Isn't she the one
No,
that works
it's
there?
Rachel.
Oh wow, yeah. But the waiter, the dude.
Oh, the blonde dude? No, I don't know. I wouldn't know his name.
Gunther.
God, I would have never known that. The whitest name I've ever heard of.
But that was good. That was good for the other ones. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he's wearing a Slusho shirt. So, for the ARG, John doesn't know anything about the backstories for the
could you
Cloverfield.
say ARG? What is ARG?
ARG is an alternate reality game, and a lot of production companies and things have ARGs for their stuff. Like, did you know the Dark Knight did one?
You talked about that, yeah.
Yeah, they had like.
So wait. So it's what is it? Is it like for PlayStation?
There has been one on PlayStation, yeah, but no. So it's like they set up for example, for the Blair Witch Project, which we talked about earlier. The website for that had case files, and they committed to like the people being missing and stuff, and so they had like different case files and everything for that. It's just an alternate reality.
Yeah.
It doesn't necessarily have to be like a playable game. It's like you just interacting.
So it's just like an interaction with. It's not necessarily a game.
Yeah,
Right,
it's just
right.
an interactive piece for
for any media.
Yeah.
Okay. It's very artistic in a weird way.
It is.
I like that.
Like the Simpsons,
Very
the
immersive.
Simpsons movie.
Mm-hmm. And I think that's why the Cloververse has such like loyal fans, because it's so intricate, like all the things that JJ and Bad Robot like put out there, and it's very calculated and it all connects and everybody's trying to find
and
a
like
connection.
and it's so like subtle too. Like some of the passwords, like it's like you would have to be like think.
Yeah.
Like you like
like
they're
one
not
of the
just gonna give
passwords.
it out to you.
One of the passwords for 10 Cloverfield Lane, the second movie, is the writing on Howard's shirt.
Oh
is a
yeah,
password.
Radio Man 70.
Like you would
Yeah.
never know that unless you like are paying attention or you like go to the internet.
But how would
Yeah.
you know? How would you know to even put that in there as a thing?
So
Is there clues?
Karinna's not the one.
Oh, okay.
I'm not the one who thinks like that. I go and to the internet and I see what they're doing because the internet knows more than
Do you know what?
me.
It scares me because it's like, okay, it's kind of like when you, like when I used to play like a Nintendo 64.
just like
What is that game? Ocarina of Time.
Okay.
I looked up a manual thing on the internet of how to get through it all because I wanted to get to the adult part so I could have the hot link with a horse. And so I did all that work and I did all, but even with those guides, it was still difficult for one thing. But second of all, who came up with the guide and sat there and wrote it down?
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Like, thank you, internet person of some sort. But I mean, now they sell those.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
Like they're like books. But
Yeah, I used to do that with games
before.
too. I used to like.
I had like a
help
little
me.
notebook.
Mhm.
I would print it out and punch holes and put it in a notebook. Go through the whole thing.
Right. So for this one, the website, you had the MySpace pages for the actors who were in character and would comment on each other's things. And if you go through, you would find Homegirl's video messages to her boyfriend, who she doesn't know is part of TIDO. Just TIDO is an acronym for something I can't remember. I don't know if I wrote it down either. And he is on the oil rig, but he is like kind of like infiltrating the oil rig to see what Tagaratu is up to. Or Tagarado.
Colorado.
Yeah. And so Tagarado, if you go to the other website, I want to say MySpace was separate and you can just like find them and they existed. I could be wrong. Tagarado has their like company website, and then it was being like hacked by TIDO. And then if you go and find the TIDO's website, which TIDO is a division of like one bigger company, and so you'll find Peak and Drain, and Peak is for like mountains and Drains for the oceans. I know, John. Don't worry, there's a lot more.
It's a lot, yeah.
Somebody should take a picture of my face. I had to sit back because my back hurt. Like, I'm getting old, dude.
Yeah. So once you're
This
at
is
the
a lot of
you can in the Tagarado website you would see their subsidiaries, which is Slusho, and there's 4 others. What is it? Bold Futura.
That's a font.
Look at you. Yoshida Medical Research and the Paraffin Wax Distributors. And there so far has been a movie on each. So this one would be a Slusho movie. It's not like on each, but like the main character just got a job as the vice president at Slusho. Yeah, and that's why they're throwing him a going away party.
And Slusho has been in almost every single Bad Robot movie. So if you've seen like Super 8, anything that J.J. Abrams has produced, Slusho has been in it somehow.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, even in like, was it Chasing Amy? No,
that's
Amy. Alias.
Yeah, Alias.
Oh,
Alias.
Bad Robot.
Yeah, Alias,
Was
Lost.
it Buffy a bad robot?
Was it?
No. Wait, yeah, right? No. Angel, maybe? One of those were.
Yeah.
Because I remember seeing the bad robot thing pop up at the end. I
Yeah.
swear that's true. Somebody look it up.
Somebody else look it up.
I can't look it up until the break. Because I need to set up a thing.
I would definitely suggest, if you haven't been in the ARG at all, get ready for the next movie. I would watch. YouTube is a great tool too.
Yeah.
Oh,
YouTube.
for like the
people
nerd
like
stuff,
people
the
yeah
fireball?
people have like made full videos like explaining everything, breaking it down very layman's terms. They're really good.
That's crazy. It kills me that there's this much work put into something like this. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, it's a lot.
it's a lot of information.
It's a lot. And so
I wonder, I mean, obviously there's nerds somewhere doing all this, but at the same time, they had to be, it's not like J.J. Abrams is sitting down doing all of this work.
right.
Like, there are people hired to
Right,
create this
yeah.
data
create
or
these
whatever.
worlds.
Well, that too.
Yeah,
like
and
the worlds
Slusho
themselves.
also has its own website. Like during
Yeah.
this time, Slusho also had the website. You can choose like flavors.
Slusho
and
has
stuff.
a truck.
Yeah, they did that for the third one.
What?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Slusho has a
it's a
truck
Slusho
that you
truck.
can actually get slushies from.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Why isn't there more of those?
It only comes
so-
around.
I would
It's
go to
so-
it just because. I wouldn't even care if it was.
Yeah,
like
it went to San Diego
Comic-Con.
Comic-Con.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, ooh, a slushy.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Well, it went to San
Same.
Diego Comic Con, and people were just going up to it and getting slushies. But people who, because it didn't like
People that are
there's
nerds would
like
know what it was.
yeah.
Right,
so
right,
people
right,
who were
right.
like nerds were like trying to figure out how to get something different because
Right.
clearly it's a puzzle, right?
Right.
And
Oh,
so
you mean like the truck itself has like...
Right.
they were like, there has to be something. And so in the Slusho like trailers, they have like, you know, this guy like saying like happy time or whatever, like, and he's like bouncing around in his belly. Like a Slusho is like a very like hyper drink. And so like these people would go up and they would try different like passwords and they're like happy time, and then the people were like no, like what? And so they were like, sorry, we'll go to the back of the line. But on the Slusho website you can pick different flavors and you can like mix and match them. And so if you select all of them, it's a Slusho Zumi. And so the people who went up and asked for Slusho Zumi, they got
The
a Slusho.
slushie. Yeah, the Slusho.
And then they gave them a piece of paper to write their name and address on it. And then those people were later mailed clues for the ARG
For the next
or-
movie. Yeah. Isn't that fun?
That's so much fun. I can't stand it.
Yeah, I'm
Why is
excited
there
for the
stuff like
next
that?
one.
And you could buy shirts for
Yeah.
a Slusho from
Yeah.
the Slusho website, and those people also got
clues in the box when they would open their merch.
Oh man!
I know, we missed out, guys.
Yeah.
We missed out.
Yeah, but this one just
Now
had
I'm mad. I want
I know.
all this stuff to happen.
But
again.
there's going to be a next one that's a direct sequel to the first Cloverfield. So
Yeah.
that's,
Well, I think
so then
people have
we
been
can be
waiting
like-
for that, right?
we are going to be in it.
Oh,
All three of
there's-
us are
is
going to be in
that
this
Liberty?
Yes.
Is that that's Liberty?
That's Lady Liberty.
How freaking cool is that?
That is cool. You know what I really like most about this movie is that nobody knows anything.
Right.
They all go into when they all go into the electronics store and everyone's looting it and stuff.
Yeah.
And then the news comes on and they look up and the news also doesn't know
Yeah.
anything and everyone's just quiet.
Side note, what's the point of looting at the end of the world? What are you going to do with that
Well,
TV?
he needed a charger.
Yeah, he needed a charger.
He needed a charger.
Yeah.
I
That's
don't
the
know.
thing.
Maybe they wanted to watch the news.
I just,
In the
my
comfort of
whole
their
thing
own.
is
Like the power went out. Like, let me steal this TV that I can't watch.
look at the building going down. That's so freaking cool. I mean, it's not cool, but it's
No, it is.
No, it is cool.
It
it
is
is cool.
pretty
But
cool,
I'm
yeah.
saying in reality, when
Yeah,
those
yeah,
things
yeah.
happen, not so cool. But
It's also really cool that even like I mentioned about the trailer, you didn't see the monster at all in the trailer. Even in the movie, you don't really get a good
No,
look
you
at the
don't.
monster till almost near the end, which I was so good.
which I think that's a good thing. Alien was the same way. The very first Alien movie, you didn't see very much of the alien at all.
Yeah.
Literally at all. And then the second one was one of those things where they were advertising you're going to get to see the alien, because you really didn't get, even in the first one, you saw maybe, I don't even ever think you saw it fully. I don't think the director's cut later you did. You saw the whole thing standing upright or whatever, but you never got to see the whole thing for real in the actual movie when you saw it. So the second one they were saying, oh, you'll get to show you the alien, and then of course you didn't.
Yeah.
You saw a lot of the Queen, yeah, but then and they kept doing that. Well, you'll see it in the next one. You'll see it in the next one. I
A
think
way to
that
get
the-
people to keep on watching. Yeah.
The Resurrection was the first time you actually saw a full alien is in the shot.
wow.
Was the fourth one, and of course at that point it was computer generated.
Right.
And it looked good though.
Prometheus is Alien, right?
Sort of.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's in the
I could go
universe.
into that.
Oh no.
Yeah, he's wearing, I don't know if you noticed,
Yeah, I
he's wearing an
noticed.
alien
Yeah.
shirt.
Yeah, that's Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
So I
That's
could do the Alien verse.
Ooh, we can do the alien verse. That'd
Yeah.
be cool.
I mean, I don't know all the nerdy shit, but I know all the nerdy shit. Not all the nerdy shit, but not, you know what I mean. I don't know if there's
ARGs
Yes.
for it.
ARG.
I'm sure
stuff. There probably is.
If a new one came out, there probably
There
would
would
be.
be
Well, I think
one.
there
Yeah.
probably was for. Well, Alien vs Predator probably had some. I'm assuming.
Maybe.
At that point.
Maybe.
Let
it
us
could
know
be
in the comments if there is.
Well, no, Prometheus and Alien Covenant definitely had stuff like that. They had website and you could watch the short films before.
Dude, even Inception. Inception had one with Nolan. Where
I'm very burpy. I'm sorry.
the website had
And my
for
feet's not.
4 months. The Inception movie website just had a spinning top, the top at the
Oh.
end. Yeah, and then after that there was a digital game, a lockbox or something. When you opened it, it showed you the trailer.
Oh.
So I love stuff like that.
Yeah, I like stuff
Yeah.
like that too. And the alien stuff gets nerdy too, for sure.
Yeah.
And I've seen people on the internet talking about it, and I'm like, I can't. I'm too old. I'm too exhausted. Can't get into that now.
in the
But I
same
know all the
vein-
nerdy stuff under, the
Yeah.
companies you're talking about, Slusho and stuff I know
Yeah.
Whalen Utani and all
Right,
the
right.
Yes,
subsidiaries
yes.
and things
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that, and how all these things came. I know that stuff. 'Cause
Yeah.
I'm a nerd for that, but.
What
you
you're
know.
what you're trying to tell us is that you're a nerd, but not as nerdy as us. Yeah, we're straight
But
up
I could
dorks.
fully.
It's so funny because I feel like Alien is a very like well-loved franchise. Like people love those movies, and like I feel like a lot of people hate Cloverfield, and we're just like so in it.
Yeah, when the Cloverfield Paradox came out, like I was like,
okay,
"Hey, you guys want to watch it?" And nobody wanted to watch it. I was like, Karinna, will you watch it with me?
Absolutely. Well, and that and the 10 Cloverfield Lane.
Oh, it's so good.
That was brilliant. Like I was so excited when we saw that in the theater. I was at the end.
It was so good.
I'm getting goosebumps. I was like, what?
So good. John Goodman was so good.
Dude, Karinna and I also watched that movie together in the theaters, and her and I were loving it. And we were clearly loving it, and the rest of the theater was like, dead silent.
Hating it.
And we were like, John Goodman's so good!
He's so good.
John Goodman was incredible in that movie.
So good.
Incredible.
Oh, man.
Amazing.
And then I think it's so cool that like 10 Cloverfield Lane and Paradox were not originally supposed to be Cloverfield movies. They were movies that Bad Robot had, and they ended up in post they added like Clovies into it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, see,
like
I
10
think
Cloverfield Lane was supposed to be the seller.
they purchased the script and they like adjusted it to make it fit in the Cloverfield universe, in the Cloververse, if you will.
I mean,
it
see, but that's what's fascinating about this in particular is because, excuse me, I always thought they should do this kind of stuff with other things too. Like, and it's almost like. Are you okay, Chewy? Chewy
he is so lazy. He knows that you'll pick him up. The couch is 2 feet off the floor.
He slipped the first time and lost
scared.
his confidence.
But I was gonna say, like, I feel like if the Alien movies in particular, if those were done the same way that these are, I think there would be more consistent kind of, because different people made them and it took years in between, and so there's all these kind of discrepancies or something like that. Sort of. I mean, it's like with the first Alien movie, there was like deleted scenes, but everybody knew about the deleted scenes. So when it came to the third one, if you hadn't seen or heard of those deleted scenes, you didn't understand what was happening at the beginning of the third one because it was nerdy. You know what I mean? So when you but I think that's what would be cool if those things had existed in a time like this where you can have all these separate movies years apart, but they're still connected, but they're not.
Right.
They stand alone. Like, you can just watch 10 Cloverfield Lane.
Sure.
You don't have to see this.
For sure, yeah.
And it's fantastic.
Yeah.
And I think same with Paradox. I don't think you have to see either one of those to see this.
Dude.
Or, you know what I mean.
The ARG makes 10 Cloverfield Lane like a different type of movie though. Because in the ARG for that one, you learn that John Goodman's character works for Bold Futura, and that they're the satellite company, the advanced technology company. And so I'm pretty sure he worked in the satellite, something to do with the satellites. And so
is that why he had
he's like paranoid. Yeah. And so in the ARG, at some point, you learn about there's an image of the Black Knight satellite, which is like an actual conspiracy theory that like IRL. NASA says it's a piece of debris from some other space station or whatever.
I've heard of this. Yeah,
but people are like, it's an alien satellite. And so John Goodman's character clearly thinks that there's something connected with that. And the thing about 10 Cloverfield Lane is a lot of it also had space stuff to kind of be like the next one's going to be in space.
Right.
Sort of thing. Because they also had
isn't that amazing?
Audio communications.
I'm sorry, but that's so freaking cool.
It's good.
You like the handheld camera view?
I mean, I do and I don't. I don't normally like handheld camera work in any movie. I think it's stupid.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't understand why you're doing that. Okay, I'm going to just bring it up. Let's talk about Aaron motherfucking Brockovich. Half that movie. No, I'm sorry.
I thought it was
going to be something more recent.
I was like, no, I thought you were going to talk about a person.
No,
I was like, who? Oh.
I can't think of his
Roberts?
name, though. Who did that? Who's the guy that made that?
I can only think of Tom Jones, and that's not the right answer.
Tom Jones.
100%. It's not unusual, guys, for me to think of Tom Jones.
He is a judge on The Voice UK. And
Really?
He still sounds great.
Of course he does.
Tom fucking Jones.
Of course he
this
does.
is good. No, I was
Thanks
okay.
for
so,
no news,
no.
Karinna.
So Aaron Brockovich, who's it starts with an S.
Go ahead.
I don't like his movie.
Oh, Stephen Sondheim.
Stephen Sondheim. Stephen Sondheim is an artist.
Yeah, we're naming
that is
musical
Broadway
artists, right?
I do love his musicals, and he did write the music for Dick Tracy. Well, not the
Pretty
score,
good.
the music numbers, which
Okay.
mostly sang by Madonna. But anyway, I love Sondheim.
Move it forward.
Soderbergh, maybe? Steven Soderbergh? Is that his name?
You're
That
asking the
is-
wrong person.
And also, that is correct.
Thank
Look
you.
at you.
Okay, so Steven Soderbergh, he does handheld camera shit all the time, and it makes no sense whatsoever. Like, Aaron Brockovich is my favorite example because it's shit. I mean, technically, it's a fine movie. There's nothing wrong with it. Everybody was fine in it, but it did not deserve the praise that it got because it was stupid the way that it was made, and I don't think that it was story content. Yes, absolutely. I love that story. Good story. True story. Thank you for sharing that. But handheld camera work, like when she's looking at documents in the back room of this office or whatever, why are you moving?
Yeah.
I don't want to see. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Have a stationary camera that's set up to film her looking at documents.
Yeah.
Why are you handheld cameraing that shit? Lame-ass
But in a
bitch.
way where it's reminding you.
Look, that's the first.
That's the first time.
So like
Clover.
that's what I'm saying. Like in that capacity, no, I do not like handheld camera work. Stanley Kubrick, whenever there was handheld camera work in his films, that was him holding the camera. So yes, I'm gonna like those because Stanley Kubrick was holding the camera. But like this, I thought was the Blair
The
Witch
product placement for Sephora in this movie.
Yeah.
what did I just say?
Sorry.
Aaron Brockovich.
You
Steven
totally
Sondheim. Stanley. He's like Sephora.
I got so excited.
You were talking about
Steven Soderbergh,
Yeah.
handheld camera work.
Stanley Kubrick
Aaron
using a handheld
Brockovich.
camera, not being him. Of course, you're gonna like it. What
Blair
else do you
Witch
like?
is where I was going. So Blair Witch didn't like it so much, but not only because the handheld didn't bother me as much as it did other people. But I just didn't like it because I was like, okay, what? Why is everybody scared of this shit?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it didn't
Yeah.
scare me. So I was like,
Yeah.
okay. And I was expecting to be scared. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I went into that thinking, this is going to terrify me. I'm so
Right.
excited because I'm not scared by movies.
Me
They
neither,
don't,
yeah.
I know it's fake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in that case, I was like, oh, maybe this will be scary. And then it wasn't. And I was like, well, that was dumb. Oh, you're standing in a
Mad
corner.
about it.
Woo.
Yeah.
So in that sense, it didn't really, but this impressed me because it was like handheld camera work was the reason this was so impressive.
Right.
Because if it had just been like a regular cinematic film or whatever with setups and crane shots and stuff, like, it wouldn't have been impressive because, well, we've seen that.
Right.
This was impressive because it's like, how did you do that?
I think it would have been a lot more cheesy too.
Yes.
Because this movie gets a lot of all of three get a lot of shit about being really cheesy.
Like the endings.
Yeah,
the
the endings
worst
are really
endings.
cheesy.
Whatever. I love them.
Yeah. So I think it would have been even more cheesy if it
Yeah.
wasn't.
10 Cloverfield had the best ending.
I also love
Yeah.
that. Well,
That
the ending, is where,
was
like,
amazing.
I love Cloverfield or 10 Cloverfield Lane.
yeah, that's the best movie of all three.
Yeah,
I think it's
well,
the best
thank you.
made for sure.
Yeah.
It's also just really good on its own
Right.
without
Well, and I
any
think-
attachment.
I like Paradox too, and a lot of people really don't
No,
like
I liked
Paradox.
that a lot.
I
thought
really
it was
liked
very
it.
good.
I thought it was really cool. I
Maybe
thought
we
the
just have bad
technology in
taste in
it.
movies, guys.
Maybe.
No, I don't. That
I
is
think the use of
completely untrue.
technology in it was really cool. The whole like different timelines that were bleeding into each other was really cool.
Ugh,
That
that
was
person
cool.
getting stuck in the wall.
my
That,
God.
yeah, that,
And I
every time
loved-
somebody mentions that movie, that's
Yeah.
where my brain
I
goes.
also
It's
like
oh, that
that-
part where she was stuck in the wall thing.
That the other version of the person of like one of the people, I can't remember their name, was like a German spy. Was it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Schmidt or whatever his name was.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And like, and you had a theory about him being, or us. Wait.
Well, this is when everybody, because for a while everybody thought the fourth movie was going to be Overlord.
Yeah.
And that one's set in 1944, right before like D-Day.
Okay.
So,
And also,
And it's like
Tuggerado started in 1945.
right,
Yeah.
And what? See?
Tuggerado
is the company
okay.
that, like the big company.
is the big company.
That is sketchy.
Yeah, well, we'll go hard in the backstory of Tagarada if you'd like.
I mean, if you want to.
Oh, definitely. I'm not going to shut up.
But for a while, people were saying, the internet was saying that Overlord, which was the next Bad Robot movie, was going to be a part of the Cloverfield universe.
Okay.
And it was set in the 40s. And obviously, you know from American history and world history that during World War II, Japan and Germany were on the same side against the rest of the world, pretty much. So, Tagaratu is a Japanese company, and in Paradox, the guy was a German spy, and I was like, what if Overlord is all about Japan and Germany building Clovies to win the war and to be,
to harness that technology to like kind of
to get rid of everyone else. And I was like, that would have been so cool.
There's also a theory. So, all right. So, John.
Overlord is not a part of the Cloverfield.
But I did want to say quickly that when 10 Cloverfield Lane came out, it wasn't necessarily connected to them like right off the bat, was it?
No.
Because when I went to go see it, we went to go see it because it looked good, first of all. But we did think, it's Cloverfield Lane. Like, is this going to be part of the Cloverfield situation?
Right.
But we didn't know.
Right.
And then it's like, okay, it is. At some point.
Yeah, it's like we were saying earlier, like, it was that one and Paradox were bought separately from Cloverfield. And they added the Cloverfield.
But they just added it.
Yeah, they just used them as a vessel for the ARGs, is what it seems.
Yeah, literally.
Okay.
And so...
Anyway, you were going to say something. I interrupted you.
This is the worst. I will say that the first time I saw Cloverfield in theaters...
we saw it together, didn't we?
No, we didn't see the first one together because it was when I was in a wheelchair.
Oh, that's right.
And,
That's right.
You were too cool to be friends with a person in a wheelchair.
Oh my.
Yeah, listen to her laugh. It's true.
You're the worst.
But yeah, no, I saw it with my friend Jason, and I remember because Jason and I were leaving the theater, and I was in that wheelchair that like if you hit like uneven like carpet, you'd like flip out of it. And lo and behold, I hit uneven carpet, and I was thrown out of it. Anyway, when I saw the movie. It made me sick, and actually Jason had to leave to like throw up because it was shaky.
You get motion sickness.
Yeah, but then when I saw it at home later,
fine.
I loved it.
Maybe because of the big screen.
Yeah, and maybe because I was also sitting so close.
Yeah, because you're in a wheelchair.
Yeah. So I was like, huh. It gave me a headache, but it made him like hurl. But yeah, that's what I have to say about that. Oh, and the monster, there was a person who designed the monster, Neville something. Ooh, this is bad. But he designed it for, like, he, like, made it very, like, he wanted to make it, like, make sense biologically. And, like, everything, like, has, like, a reason. So he wanted a place for, like, the little things to, like, plop out and whatever. But he was also disappointed because he, like, did all this work and it's hardly in the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's also the one who said he imagined it had separation anxiety because it was like still a baby. He designed it to be a baby.
When J.J. Abrams
confirmed
said, he confirmed that the one in the first one is a baby.
Yeah.
And that's why it's like so
tearing
irritable,
about.
Yeah. Because it doesn't know where its mommy is.
Mm-hmm.
And my theory is that because he also confirmed that baby Clovey dies at the end of this one.
Yeah, which is weird because at the end of the movie, John, at the very end of the credits, there's a voice, like a recording of somebody's voice, a male voice. I feel like I remember that. I think what does he say? Help me?
Yeah, help us or something.
Yeah, help us. Yeah. And then if you play it backwards, it says it's still alive.
Yeah. But
this is also found footage, so
yeah,
it could have been still alive at the time of recording, and the military killed them.
Yeah. JJ also has said something about that. He was like, "That you guys are thinking too much into it now." Because he confirmed that baby Clovey dies at the end of this one. Yeah. So my theory is at the end of Paradox, when you see that big Cloverfield monster like breaking the clouds when they're going to Earth.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's Mommy Clovey screaming because she can't find her baby.
Oh
Because
no.
it's in a different dimension.
That, like, the little baby Clovies, like Cloverfield, like the massacre of New York, the destruction of New York hasn't happened yet. That's your theory for that one?
Right.
Interesting.
No, because in Paradox they never mention anything about this, so obviously it's in a different dimension.
Right.
And then 10 Cloverfield Lane, same thing. It's in a different dimension.
Yeah, well, 10
So
Cloverfield
whatever-
Lane had an army.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And whatever they do in Paradox is what fucks up for everything else for these two movies. So
Yes.
it's three different timelines going on at the same time. Because
Yes.
Paradox is in 2028,
Yeah, 2028.
and Cloverfield Lane is around like what?
2016.
20, yeah,
Mhm.
because of the technology. Because it never shows the date. The internet just went ham.
Oh, yeah, well, alright, so... But
Because they were like, Hammer was employed in the month of February, so it has to be after that.
So, it says the 7th on her phone. Must be March 7th.
Yeah.
Yeah, March 7th, 2016 is when we assume Michelle was abducted.
Okay.
Or saved, who knows? And when I
True,
first saw
true.
that movie, John, I went into it, we were going into it as like a Cloverfield movie, super pumped.
Mhm.
And then that whole story in the cellar with John Goodman, I was like, yeah, he's right, there's aliens out there.
Right.
And then I was like, maybe there's not aliens out there and John Goodman is just crazy.
Right.
Like, and so, like, it got me. It got me all the way
He
to
was
the end.
so
I was
good.
like,
It
please
really
be
did.
aliens.
It
Yeah.
really did.
He's
No,
so
that was
good.
Yeah.
the thing about that movie that I thought was amazing was that John Goodman was so good that you definitely believed, but then you questioned,
Right.
and then it was so good. It was so good.
Yeah.
And then by the end, when
It
that
wouldn't have been
happened-
the same movie without John Goodman.
No,
100%.
When it came to the end and the aliens were, I was like,
She was just like,
motherfucker,
I loved
what?
her. Oh, come on.
I know. I love that too because that was so mean. Like,
yeah,
that
it
was
was just
the-
like
the
she just escaped a terrible situation.
In the theater, that's exactly what I was like. What?
Yeah.
I was like, no.
Like you were like, I forgot it was a Cloverfield movie.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, no, we didn't even know.
Really?
No, I swear, when we went and saw that, we still didn't know if it was supposed to be part of it or
Oh,
not.
well, yeah.
Okay.
And then
Yeah.
when it got to the end, I was like, what? Oh, that's so good.
Yeah.
But I don't know what I was gonna say. I lost it. We're gonna do our
We're gonna
intermission.
I'll take an intermission. We're gonna take a break, and then when we come back, we
Yes.
will go hard. Hard.
On
Oh,
Tagaratu?
jeez.
Yeah,
Woo!
on Tagaratu and everything. Toe?
It's
Yeah, it's
two.
toe.
It's
Before
two,
we-
isn't it? It's T-O at the end. There's
Before
no E.
we
but
get to the actual intermission, though, we forgot to tell people what we're drinking.
Go ahead.
I am drinking, and you are drinking, right?
Yep.
Me and Ashley are drinking Rogue Hazelnut Brown Nectar.
We're done drinking the road.
Well, we are done, yes. I've been meaning to get up for like at least 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And which one are you having? Which?
what was it?
She
It
was
the-
having the Nutter Up.
It was
Nutter
peanut
Up.
butter.
We don't have the can.
Porter.
We'll tell you.
Karinna, you didn't bring
You
your
know-
can?
No, I
No,
didn't.
okay. So we'll tell you in part 2 exactly what it was. So
It was
you'll
peanut
find
butter
out
Next
porter.
week.
That's
next
all
week.
I know. The suspense.
We're gonna make you shiver with